Okay, in query 1, we were selecting records for employees who both lived in the state of Delaware and were hired after December 31st, 1999. 2 wants us to do an or, not an and, meaning they want anyone who lives in Delaware, no matter what their hire date, or anyone who was hired after 12/31/1999, no matter what state they are from. Now we could copy query 1 and then edit it, or we could go to the Create tab again, go to Query Design. Again, we're asked which table we want to include. I can use this box here, or I can grab the employee table from the objects list, drag it over and drop it. Again, this is the only table that's needed because we're not looking for any data on any other table. First field in this case is last name because employee ID was not requested. We also want to sort by last name, so we tell it under the sort option. I don't want to use the word criteria because criteria is an option, but under last name, under sort options here, we can choose ascending, so all the output will be sorted by employee's last name. Next is first name. Since we could have two people with the same last name, and in fact we do have two records with the last name of Smith, we want to also sort by employee first name, so we will choose ascending here as well. Because last name is first in the list of fields that we're choosing, it will sort by last name first, and then if there are any duplicates, it will sort by first name. So the two Smiths will be sorted by first name. Next is date hired field. Choose date hired. Again, all of these are on the employee table, and I do not have to select that because it defaults to that. Now, we said or, so we've got to have an or option. There's criteria and then there's the or. So we are going to put in the same value that we put in the other of greater than 31/1999. Then the next field is the state. Notice I typed it in that time. You can do that as well. It still will select it as long as you type in the correct spelling. Okay, employee table just as before, showing it under criteria. We want DE in quotes again because it's going to look for the string DE. So now this table will look for anyone in Delaware or anyone hired after 12/31/99. We can close it. It will ask us to save. We say yes. We're going to leave the default name of query 2. Again, not a good practice, but we're going to stick with what the book is doing. And when we double click the query, it will run the query. Notice we have people from Delaware that were hired before 1999. We have one person from Maryland that was hired after 1999 because it chose them because they were hired after 1999. It chose this Albert Smith because he was living in Delaware, not because of his hire date. And notice that the two Smiths are then alphabetized by first name.